this is going to sound so nerdy and uncool, but at the end of the day, like I think about like the way Rivers Cuomo and a lot of other people I know work, and it influenced me through the years. You're basically creating a card catalog. It's like your own Dewey Decimal System in a library of your things, and you label them very strategically, because the truth is you guys are all Gen Z. And one thing about Gen Z songwriting is it is less traditional in general. And a lot of it is based out of little interstitial bits that people are gluing together. High Hopes was a song by Panic. That was a song where like 4 or 5 different sections were Frankenstein together. I wrote the verses, but other people wrote these other sections, and then Brendan and his A&R Crush, they glued it together into this thing. Brockhampton songs, like, man, everything of your era is really, there's so many pieces glued together because your attention span is not the same as previous attention spans. So you have to hit them immediately. So that's why if you really have a highly focused data bank that you label the shit out of, that is really labeled, like a librarian would label it and say, okay, this is a verse, this is a vibe of it, sort of blah, 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 blah. You can start gluing together some of your ideas, and you might actually create something just gluing together your own ideas that is so fascinating and original, because, it's, you're birthing like your best ideas. I mean, there was always this story. It wasn't covered in the Bee Gees documentary, but if you've ever seen the Bee Gees documentary, which was fucking incredible, there was always a folklore that I heard that the 3 guys would get in the room, the 3 brothers Gibb would get in a room, and they would all take a shot at a chorus. And then whatever landed, the top one they would vote was the chorus. Whatever was the second best was the pre, and the third best was the verse. But it's basically 3 chorus sections per song. Well, that's what I think writing is today. That's what writing is today. Like at the end of the day, like I'm writing, sometimes although I'm a traditionalist in my head, I write these interstitial little bits, and sometimes I can glue together fragments, of my stuff to shape something, because it's hook after hook after hook. But I also look, and a lot of this doesn't hold for other genres of music, but I like pop and I like rock and I like singer-songwriter and Americana. So those are sort of spaces that I know pretty well, and sort of the shaping of them.